Hello everybody, welcome back to another War Thunder video. So today we'll be flying out the F-14B. The F-14B is a rank A jet fighter for the USA, but you already knew that. So this thing can carry AIM-9Ls, AIM-54Cs, and AIM-7Ms. My loadout consists of 3 AIM-9Ls with a BOL pods equipped, and 5 AIM-7Ms. The reason I take 3 AIM-9Ls is because top tier after a recent patch is an absolute slaughterfest. Everyone is out playing as aggressive as possible, so don't worry if you're not getting a high kill games, it's not you. So how do you play this thing? What I found is that on large EC maps, for example Afghanistan and Vietnam, I climb to a round of 7,000 meters using half afterburner, which you can activate by going to 100% throttle and scrolling up one tick with your scroll wheel. And I go some 20 to 30 kilometers more left than the rest of the friendly team. The reason for this is because of the stupid amount of Phoenixes and R-27 ERs in the air. You don't want to come across multiple of those at once. You need to let your team merge first and kill all the 1KD aggressive Andes trying to get their top tiers. Then you turn in and find planes in groups of no higher than 2 or sometimes 3 depending on their planes. This number is perfect amount for you to dive in and shoot off your 9Ls. Then you sit on the deck for the rest of the game and try to find the rest of the enemy team. By the time all this has happened, the enemies will be pretty spread out, so you don't have to worry about taking more than 2 enemies at a time. But remember, if you're still dying, it's alright. It's just after patch day, so everyone throws away their lives for 1 kill. If you're on a smaller map such as Sinai or Spain, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, you sit on the deck and go a lot more left than something you would like in an F4J, you know? So the F4J you fly right next to the bomb points, you gotta go a lot farther left than the F-14. Wait till you pass the enemy bomb points and fly around them and then engage the enemies from the side or behind. Try not to get swarmed and stick with the teammate once you're in the thick of it. Oh, and take 45 minutes of fuel because you have the tendency to rip if you're on full fuel. Alright, so what are the differences between this F-14 and the F-14A? So the F-14B, as far as I'm aware, gets stronger engines, which means its acceleration is a little bit better, but its top speed is actually worse because its thrust curve is, you know, not the greatest when you get to higher speeds. So the weapon differences now are you get a lot more flares. I guess it's technically a weapon, right? It's a dodge weapon. So you get a lot more flares. With my loader, I get about 500, 600-ish flares, 270 flares to 70 chaff and thick mixed. And then you get AIM-9Ls, which are obviously better than AIM-9Hs. They're all aspect, basically the same as an AIM-9H, but it's all aspect, and the flare resistance is slightly higher, maybe, depends on what you're shooting at, obviously. And then you get AIM-7Ms, which are the exact same thing as the AIM-7F. Literally no difference as far as I'm aware. The AIM-54C, I think it's like proportional guidance. It's a little better, so like, you know, when you fire AIM-54A, sometimes when you lose TWS lock, right, it'll just fly where it thinks the enemy is. I think AIM-54C has better like prediction or like guidance when you're not in TWS or not locked on something. Otherwise that's like the only difference as far as I'm aware. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the weapon differences. And the Vulcan also got changed, so now it sounds like kind of terrible. Sounds like it's a chainsaw basically. So yeah, that's the differences. Otherwise, you know, the F-14's a little bit heavier, so that's it. But it's not too bad. The F-14 will beat you in a dogfight a little bit because it has the little leading edge things. It's not terrible, but you know, yeah, I think it's better when you get 9Ls, and the AIM-54C being able to guide itself a little better does make a bit of a difference. So that's all for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Join the squad if you'd like, and I'll leave you some gameplay right here.